bitch on the ropes, what you know about it?
Do say drive the boat, what you know about it?
Flew me out to the coast, what you know about it?
Broken heart, face tap, what you know about it? 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 What you know about it?
What's up? Oh, nah. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Malik. Welcome back. We finally made it. Made it to episode 10. It's been a long time coming. 11 weeks, because I missed one. But officially 10 weeks, you feel me? We're back. I just wanted to come on, chop it up, get some sports off. Because I've been thinking about sports lately, man. Of course, I have an interview with my boys Miles coming up. If you want to just skip to that, there'll be a timestamp in the description. So if you want to just get straight to the Miles interview, it'll be there. But for right now, we're gonna talk a little sports. I'm gonna talk a little bit of college football, NFL. I'll make some NFL picks, some college football picks, and some NBA. I'm gonna go NBA. I'm gonna rank all 30 NBA teams off the top of my head. No research, no statistics, just, oh yeah, I think they might be pretty good, or I think they're terrible. So I'm going to start from 30, go up to 1 off the top of my head. So that'll be fun. I'll save that for last. Yeah, you'll notice I'm wearing something different than what I'm going to be wearing in the interview. I shot the interview a couple days ago, but now it's Monday. Monday Night Football is on later. I think it's the Buccaneers and the Rams. A lot of my friends are taking the Rams. I think I'm going to go with the Bucs for real, because I don't know. I just feel like the Bucs are going to have an explosive game. But let's get straight into it. College football. It was a big weekend for some people. You know, week 11 for some teams this year is all jumbled up. My team. We'll start off with my team. Team I watched from start to finish. Florida Gators. It was in areas. It was a disappointing game versus Vanderbilt. I think we won 38-17. So you'll think the score, okay, y'all won by 21. How's it disappointing? Defense came out slow. You kind of don't feel like they were getting stops, but they got some stops to get the game over with. But yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm feeling. I'm getting like each week that goes by, I'm getting a little. Sometimes I get nervous. Sometimes I'll be confident. Like after last week, I was pretty confident. After this week, still confident, but not as confident. I just got to sort out the defense, man. The offense is national championship worthy, but the defense, we got to figure that out. I watched the Ohio State game. Man, it could have been an upset, obviously, because the score was close. But obviously turnovers kind of were messing Ohio State up. Justin Fields had two interceptions that aren't Justin Fields like, or really Ohio State quarterback like, because if you look through the years, like, Dwayne Haskins barely turned the ball over at all. Last year, Justin Fields barely turned the ball over at all. In this game, he threw 3. The one that he threw to Olave, I will say that shouldn't have been, not that it shouldn't have been an interception, but it was just kind of fluky. But the other two, they just weren't good reads. So, but they pulled it out, you know. Indiana's receivers kind of, they weren't coming through for they weren't coming through for Penix at the end. Like, there were some open catches that they should have made to at least get them in position to have a better chance at the end of the game, but they just weren't catching it, man. But Ohio State also has some work. I feel like you guys probably feel like me, except you guys are going to be super confident in Justin Fields, like in your offense, which y'all should. Y'all got one of the best wide receiver cores. Of course, it's not the best, because we already know the best wide receivers are in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, because they are just disgusting. Even with Jalen Waddle out, they're still like disgusting. Devontae Smith, John Mechie, but we're not talking about them right now. Talking about Ohio State. Yeah, the defense. I feel like we're in the same area where we're like, we know the offense is going to come out and put up points, but is the defense going to be up to par, you know? Because Indiana was getting off. They were getting off. And, of course, you came into the game knowing, okay, it's a top 10 team. They got some good receivers. So you knew that's how they're going to attack it. But you just kind of hoped, okay, Ohio State talent, Indiana talent, can we make something happen? Of course, Sean Wade got the interception, the pick 6. But they were getting beat, you know? At the end, I think it was number 3. Yeah, number 3. He had a wild last name, but he kind of went up and mauled Sean Wade a little bit for that touchdown. That was a little tough. That was tough. I was looking at it. He ain't really dunk on him. You feel me? He ain't go over the top with it. But it was close. He dunked around him. You feel me? But I think that's kind of the landscape of college football right now is just the best offense who also has a defense that can get a couple stops in the big games. Like, of course, Alabama is, like, they just stomped on Georgia. And Florida kind of stomped on Georgia, too. But it's like Alabama, their offense is obviously, like, one of its own. And then, but their defense is good, but there'll be areas where you can attack them. And then they go out and put 63 on Kentucky's head, hold Kentucky to 3 points. And I think it'll be interesting to see how Kentucky comes next week against Florida. See how they play. Because if they come out and score like 21-24, I'm gonna be a little worried. So I'm not sure how that'll go, honestly. And the Heisman watch right now, because Kyle Trask had a really good game. Like I said, Justin Fields did not have the best game, and Kyle Trask actually didn't have the best game. He only scored 3 touchdowns, had about 300 something yards. I think if Justin Fields only throws 1 interception, it's a lot closer than what it is right now. Of course, Trevor Lawrence hasn't played in 3 weeks. So that's messing him up. Zach Wilson, BYU, they played some FCS team. Like, I don't know how they're playing such poor competition in this late on in the year. Of course, I don't think they're in a conference, but you would expect them to be playing some better competition. And of course, they have this, if you see on social media, especially today, they have this model like any team, anytime, any place. And then it was like, well, Washington was like, you guys want to play? And they're like, nah, we don't, not y'all. Y'all are not any team. Not y'all. Y'all don't count. So I think right now, Kyle Trask 1, Justin Fields 2. No, not Justin Fields 2. I feel like Mac Jones has to be 2. And you could even, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw people put Mac Jones 1, honestly, because they're just going out and destroying folks every week. And then Justin Fields 3, Zach Wilson 4, Trevor Lawrence 5, just because, the competition means something. I think it has to. So that's my Heisman. That's my Heisman watch right now. I think what the big thing will be is Florida versus Alabama SEC championship. Whoever wins that game wins the Heisman, honestly. Whoever wins that game wins the Heisman. That's just how it's going to go. My playoff predictions is weird because you don't want to put a lot of stock in that SEC championship game, but there's a lot of stock in it just because of the fact that you have Florida at 6, Texas A&M at 5, Alabama at 1, and then you have Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State. And of course, people talk about the SEC championship. We're going to have to talk about that ACC championship a lot too, because the winner of that game, the loser of that game might not be included. The winner of that game will be, but it'll be a lot riding on that for, just like how there's a lot riding on it for the SEC, it's a lot for the ACC. But I think in the SEC, the winner of Florida, I think if Alabama loses to Florida, I don't know. I want to say Alabama will have more of a chance to stay in the top 4 than if Notre Dame was to lose to Clemson for a second time, or for the first and the second meeting for the first time in that ACC championship game. I want to say that they'd probably keep Alabama in at 4, but that would be interesting because Texas A&M probably will not have a loss on their record, but Alabama smashed Texas A&M, so I feel like you'd have to keep them in front of them. So in that example, Texas A&M would have to drop just by the fact that they don't play. If Florida wins, Alabama goes to 5 or 4. you have to assume that Ohio State wins and stays 2-3, and then the winner of Clemson Notre Dame would go to 3. I think they'd slide in right at 3. But if Florida loses, I think it's pretty. If Florida loses, I think it'll be pretty more clear. Of course, it'll be Alabama. Then at 2, it'll be the winner of Clemson Notre Dame. 3, it'll be Ohio State, and then 4, that's where you could say, okay, Texas A&M. If they still win out, if Texas A&M wins out, then it'll be them and the loser of. No, I think the only way that Clemson is in it is if they win the ACC championship. You can't lose twice to Notre Dame and still be in it, so they'd be out. So if Notre Dame beat them a second time, Texas A&M, in my opinion, would slide into that number 4. Because I think the Pac-12 just started too late to get in any playoff consideration. And if you did think that the Pac-12 could still get some, then I guess Oregon, they went out. Because they're looking like they'll probably win out. Then they could slide in up there, but I think it's too late. Yeah. I don't think Ohio State will lose. I think you guys will. I think the offense will be good. And I don't think Justin Fields has another one of those games. The offense will be good enough to win out. Wisconsin lost this week to Northwestern. And I don't know if when Northwestern plays Ohio State. If they do, I still got Ohio State in that one. So, yeah, that'll be for right now, my playoff prediction will be. Damn, because there's so many, the ACC championship and the SEC championship. There's so much riding on those 2 games. And you know the homer in me is gonna come out. I don't want to say that Florida's gonna lose. I think Clemson with Trevor Lawrence will beat Notre Dame. Oh man. Right now, the way we're playing, I don't see us beating Alabama. I need to see a lot. And the thing is, I don't know if there's anything that the defense has to come out. The only thing that can show me and give me confidence in us being able to beat Alabama is if the defense plays a lot better. But the thing is, we're playing Kentucky, Tennessee, and LSU. So I don't see I guess LSU, because they have a lot of the Tennessee. No. LSU is the team that has the most talent of those 3 teams offensively. But you have to assert your dominance against all 3. If not all 3, you cannot let Kentucky or Tennessee get off, because then that just looks bad, especially after Alabama has blown out. I know that they just blew out Kentucky if they didn't already dominate Tennessee. But yeah, I still didn't make a prediction though. Yes, I did. So my prediction will be Alabama, Ohio State, because they'll be undefeated, Clemson, and man, I think it'll be a close game between Clemson and Notre Dame. So I'll say that Notre Dame stays in at 4. So it'll be Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame. Alabama plays Notre Dame. We remember what that happened. We remember that game not a few years ago. It's probably been like 7 years now with Eddie Lacy and those guys. And then Clemson, a rematch. Clemson, Ohio State. All Ohio State fans say they should have beat Clemson last year. So you'll get a chance to prove it this year. But you'll be without Arnett, Okuda, Harrison, Young. You'll be down a lot of star players, but at the same time, so will Clemson. So I think that'll be pretty interesting. Yeah, I think that's my 4. That's gonna be my 4. Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Notre Dame. Lock it in right now. Moving on. I hinted at it earlier. Way too early NBA rankings because free agency isn't even over. John Wall might get traded. You see, I'm wearing my Washington hoodie. I don't want him to get traded, but if he doesn't want to be in Washington, it's how many years has it been now where there's constant rumors about John Wall doesn't want to be here, Brad Beal doesn't want to be here, Brad Beal doesn't want to play with John Wall. John Wall doesn't want to play with Brad Beal. And then I thought we finally deaded it this summer when all the talk was John Wall was out. We saw Brad Beal coming into his own. Should have got that all-star spot. We saw him coming into his own. John was excited to play with Brad. Brad was excited to get John back. But I don't know. And now there's reports where the GM says he has no plans on trading John Wall. So we'll just see. As we got 30 NBA teams off the top. First off, we're going with the Knicks. Second, we're going to go Hornets. Third, we will not the Magic. No. Third, we'll go Kings. Fourth, we'll go. Oh my gosh. Fourth, we'll. No. Oh man, okay. I think I'm gonna give myself a break. I'm gonna let myself out easy on this one because okay. Oh, okay. Fourth, so we went Knicks. I should write this down. So we went. Damn, this is harder than it looks. Harder than I thought it was gonna be. So we got the Knicks, the Hornets, the Kings, the Cavs, the Pistons. We'll go the Suns. Okay, the Suns. We'll go the Bulls. We'll go the Wizards. That's 8. I need 22 more. The Wizards. I'm looking at a list of teams. We'll go the Grizzlies right there, 9th worst. The Pelicans, 10. Because now it's starting to get pretty competitive. Once you get the bad teams out of there, now it starts to get pretty competitive. At 11, we'll go to Spurs. 12, we'll go the Hawks. 13, let's say the Warriors. I already said it. Warriors, 13th worst. Thunder. Oh my gosh, the Timberwolves. Okay. The Timberwolves have to now. The rules is I can't go back and edit and add. So the Timberwolves are the 15th. Timberwolves are the 15th team. The Magic at 16. Then we'll say the Jazz. I already said the Grizzlies. Oh man, okay. We'll go the Jazz at 17. Let's go with no, they just went to the finals. Let's go with the Pacers. The Pacers at 18. The Nuggets at 19. If I said the Spurs, we'll go the Spurs at 20. The Mavs at 21. The Heat at 22. The Nuggets at 23. Nuggets at 23. The Rockets at 24. Raptors at 25, Celtics at 26, Clippers 27. There's some Clippers at 27, Bucks at 28, Nets at 29, Lakers at 30. This was my first attempt at this. I had to pull the teams up on my computer. Yeah, that's my list. I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna have it up. I'm gonna have all the teams up I have all the teams up as I set them on the list. They'll be going up around here somewhere. So you're looking at them right now. You're looking at my teams. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna watch this back. I'm gonna be so disappointed in the teams that I already know I'm gonna be disappointed where the Timberwolves were, because they just picked first and I have them at 15. That's disgusting. If you watch this, send me your try to do it. Send me a video you're trying to do all 30 teams off the top of your head, or if you do it, you don't have to send me a video. Just send me a list of all 30 of your teams. Rank the 30 NBA teams from 30 to first off the top of your head. Don't look at any rankings, rosters, news, nothing. All right, that's how we're doing it. I might do this again. Maybe after because basketball season's I'm gonna do it again the week of Christmas, because they start Christmas Day. So I'm gonna do it the week of Christmas, and maybe I should do it. I'll do it after free agency ends. After free agency ends, I'll do it again, and then I'll go the week of Christmas, because that's before the games start, and then I'll figure it out after that. I don't want to do it too often, but maybe like every couple weeks or every few weeks I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it with a guest, and we'll go one after the other. We'll go back and forth. So yeah, that'll be NBA rankings off the top of the head. I got this idea from Dunn and Drew. That's a podcast. I used to listen to them a lot. I don't listen to it as much anymore, but I follow them on Twitter. Great Twitter content at Dunn and Drew. If you want, they do it with the NFL though. So I don't know if they do it with the NBA, but I know they do it with NFL. Great content. Give them a follow. Give them a subscribe. All that. Yeah. Okay, last and final. I don't know why I just smacked my hand so hard, because I know y'all heard it. Last and final thing before I wrap up and get y'all over to this interview. I actually did some research today. I did some research. I'm going to be calling this early money. So I record these episodes Monday, Tuesday, usually in the week. So that's before Thursday night football, before Saturday college football. I'm going to be giving you my best bets at the beginning of the week. Even though you guys aren't going to hear this till Thursday, I'm going to give them to you on Monday and see how the line changes. Yeah, these are my best bets. I don't bet. I've never bet on a game, like against the spread, money line. I've never done it officially. So we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to go ACC, Big 12, Big 10. Then I substituted the MAC in for the Pac-12 because no one cares about the Pac-12. They started too late, and I just don't know much about them right now. I don't really know anything about the MAC either, but I go to Bowling Green, so we're going to respect it. And then the SEC to finish it off for college. I'll finish it off for college. Right, today I'm going to do the Thursday night football game, so you guys will see that the night of listening to this, or it was on last night if you're watching. Speaking of, if you're watching this video on YouTube, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. If you're listening to this on iTunes, leave a 5-star rating, leave a little review, something like that. Go follow me on social medias, talk to me, anything. So yeah, I did a little research, like I said. I want to get into researching for these episodes. At least and I know I'm not going to talk sports every time, but I want to get off of the mode of just getting on here and just talking, because of course basic conversation is cool, and that'll come every time I have a guest on. It'll be regular conversation. It won't always be super structured, but I want to have a little bit of knowledge on what I talk about before I just come on pause. Before I just come on here talking to you guys with no knowledge of anything I'm talking about, except just prior life knowledge. So first game we starting off, NC State is a 14.5-point favorite against Syracuse. Syracuse is 1-8. NC State is, I think, 3-4 right now. I think they are 3-4. But Syracuse is dead last in the ACC in passing, rushing, points, and passing yards allowed. And I'm not saying that NC State is any better, but I definitely think NC State's going to get the – if they don't get the win, they're definitely going to cover 14.5. Like, they're definitely going to beat them by 15 at least. Syracuse is just not very good. They haven't scored much over the past couple games. And NC State's defense, although they're being kind of middle of the pack, below average in the ACC, they played Liberty, who was doing really good, who was a hot team, and they played FSU, who was anything but hot. But they only gave up 22 to FSU and 14 to Liberty. So I definitely think they can hold Syracuse to under 20 points, and they can score. So if they have a good outing, they average around 31 points a game. They can put up 35, hold Syracuse to under 20. That's your bet right there. There's your 14.5 right there. Next, we got Iowa State and Texas. Texas is a 2-point favorite, but I'm going with the upset. I'm going with Iowa State. Iowa State is actually higher ranked, so Vegas is predicting the upset. But Texas has lost 2 games to Oklahoma and TCU, and in both games they just got ran all over. Against Oklahoma, the running back had, I think, 131 yards, and against TCU, the quarterback was like 7 carries for 79 yards and a couple touchdowns. And Iowa State has one of the best running backs in the country. He has over 1,000 yards already, 15 touchdowns. So I think Iowa State's going to beat them by 2. Yeah, not beat them by 2. They're just going to beat them. Like, not keep it within 2. They're going to beat them. They're going to beat Texas. 15 versus 20. I got 15. Next, we're moving on to the Big Ten. Minnesota versus Wisconsin. They're giving Wisconsin 21 points. And given that Wisconsin lost last week to Northwestern, and Northwestern had a terrible day running the ball, if you look at the stats, that Northwestern should have had no business in that game. Until you get to the turnovers, Wisconsin had 5. And I don't think Wisconsin will have 5 turnovers again. I don't think they'll lose again. I just don't think they'll beat Minnesota by 21. Now, I know Minnesota, especially at the beginning of the year, their running back had like 200-something yards against Michigan. So I know they want to run the ball, but I know their receivers they don't have terrible receivers. Like, their receivers are okay. So I think if they can get a little bit of a pass game going, take some pressure off the run, I think they can keep it within 21. I think they can keep it to like a 2-score game. So I think I'll take Minnesota, staying closer than 21 points. Next, we move on to the MAC. Now, I should watch some more MAC games, but I haven't really watched the MAC games. This one, I'll admit, I did no research on this one. I just kind of picked one that looked like it'd be interesting. So, Ball State 2-1 versus Toledo 21. They're giving Toledo 9 points. They're the 9-point favorite. I don't even know if does that mean the right thing? Giving them 9 points and they're the 9-point favorite. Let me know if that's the same thing. But I like Ball State to cover 9 points. I think they can stay within 9, if not win. I wrote down that they're going to beat them. So I got Ball State beating Toledo. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. Last one for college football, Ole Miss, 9.5-point favorite versus Mississippi State. Ole Miss will beat Mississippi State by 4 touchdowns, by 2 touchdowns, 14 points. Just book it. No, they aren't stopping Matt Corral. If you can get this, if you're a gambler, and by the time you listen to this, if it has come down at all from 9.5, take it. Put it on your parlay. I'm telling you, Ole Miss is gonna beat. They're gonna kill Mississippi State. Okay, it's plain and simple. That's what's gonna happen. I didn't need to do any research on that. I just know Matt Corral, Lane Kiffin, they're cooking up something nasty over there. I can't remember the Elijah Moore, I think his name is. number 8 for Ole Miss, he's going to be playing on Sundays. He'll have like 200 plus yards against good. I don't want to say against good defense, but he's a lot of what they do, and he's really good at it. And lastly, before I get out of here, NFL Thursday, which when you're listening to this, it'll either be about to happen, is happening, or already happened. It's the Texans versus the Lions. Texans are a 2.5 point favorite, and the Lions gave up 5 sacks on an already injured Matt Stafford. So they gave up 5 sacks to a team who had 11 sacks coming into the game. If that tells you anything about the Lions' offensive line, it tells you that they didn't play very well. We'll see if Kenny Golladay comes back. It's a short week, like I said, Thursday Night Football. But he's been out 2 weeks already, so he should be able to come back. I would like him to come back because I have him on my fantasy team, and they're playing Houston. Houston gives up a lot of passing yards. So I think that'll be a big thing. I'm taking the Texans to cover that 2.5 points and win by more than 2.5, obviously. Because I think the Lions, I think if Teddy Bridgewater played that game, they would have lost by more than 20-0. Just because I don't think he throws the interceptions that Phil Walker threw. And Phil Walker didn't play a bad game. But I think Teddy Bridgewater would play better. And the Lions defense isn't that great. Okuda's not having the best year he could. So I got Deshaun Watson, Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks. What's the Randall Cobb? I don't know what they're going to do on the ground, but I guess it doesn't really matter when you got weapons like that. So that's it for this sports segment. Let me know if you guys want to hear this every Saturday. I'm thinking about recording this and dropping it every Saturday. If I did that, I would try to move the Friday YouTube uploads to Thursday. I tried to squeeze that out so I can get the audio done so I can release that in the morning, and then the video would release around 3 p.m. And then I just record again on like Wednesday or so, have that out on Saturday morning for you guys. But yeah, I'd just be talking about sports, giving my picks on different things. If I did picks, I'd probably go like I did today, the Power 5. Except I'll do the Pac-12, and then I'll add in a Group of 5 game. Oh, speaking of Group of 5, shout out to Cincinnati, because y'all are playing well, and I feel like y'all aren't getting the recognition y'all deserve. So Cincinnati Bearcats, shout out to y'all. But yeah, I probably pick a few games. I definitely do the Sunday night game, Monday night game. I probably just do against the spread. At first, I probably do against the spread, and then maybe I'll start doing against the spread and money line. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Hope y'all enjoyed the interview. Hope y'all enjoy the interview as it's coming up next. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Peace. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the podcast, Life of Lik. It's your host, Malik, a.k.a. Lik. Lik Deuce, Logo Lik, whatever you want to call me. We got a special guest in the building, the man Miles. I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself a little bit before we get into the podcast.
All right. Appreciate you inviting me.
No doubt.
Glad to be a part of this podcast. Like you said, my name is Myles Johnson. I'm from Lansing, Michigan, and a senior here at Bowling Green State University, majoring in advertising with a minor in general business. And my my business is called TheStylesByMyles, and I am the owner.
There you go. Now, this isn't going to be like the usual podcast where I just get on here and talk about current events, talk about whatever. I really wanted to get in here and promote Miles, give him a little interview, because he's doing a lot out here. He's doing a lot. So when I first met him, he would be he'll always be in a nice suit, carrying around a briefcase. He got ties, socks, tie clips, whatever you want he got it. Get you right. But now he got a whole catalog. And I found out you started off selling tie clips.
Yeah.
How was that?
So,
go ahead.
Back in high school, bro, I didn't start dressing up when I came to college. I really was dressing up my senior year of high school. And so, since I was dressing up every day, I'm telling you the story of how I started selling tie clips. It was because I would dress up every day and not have a tie clip. Mm-hmm. And I felt like me having my tie flapping around was annoying. So I'm like, I want to give me a tie clip. But I'm like, instead of buying a tie clip from Men's Warehouse, I'm like, what if I created my own? So I was like, I'm going to create a tie clip. Like, it was that simple. But at first, I was in this business program and I was trying to like start a cookie business. And they like totally fried my idea and I got mad. So I'm like, well, what do I just naturally do anyway? I'm like, I dress up, so I'm going to sell tie clips.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my senior year of high school, I started a business called I Am. It was all based around tie clips. So, like, if you ever had your head down or you ever felt like you was in a dump, you know how you just be, like, looking down?
Yeah.
The idea was that if you look down and see, like, freedom, relentless, blessed on your chest, it's going to make you pick your head up and reflect what's on your chest.
Yeah, so you wanted to kind of build it around, like, an inspirational type of vibe where it's like, you could be having a bad day, but you look down, you see the tie clip, it kind of boosts you back up. You kind of remember, okay.
Yeah, I got to pick myself back
together. This ain't, whatever I'm going through, I can get through it. Just a little reminder. So, you said you had a different business idea before the tie clips. Have you always been kind of business-minded, always on a hustle, trying to sell something, make a little money somewhere, get something going?
I'm not the conventional, like, I ain't always just, like, sell random stuff. I never sold shoes. Never sold cars, but it was like actual ideas and they always had a purpose behind them.
Okay.
So me selling the cookies, I did that when I was 13 years old. Like I was walking around the Atlanta airport by myself, bro.
Yeah.
At 13. To like give you perspective on that, the Atlanta airport is the biggest airport in the nation, like to this day.
Yeah.
And then, so I was 13 doing that by myself. Like, and I wasn't walking to random people. I was walking up to people that my dad knew because he worked there. Mm-hmm. But at 13, bro, I would consciously wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, bake some freshly made cookies, roll out the dough, bake them, package them, everything. Be out the door by 7, and then stay at work with him till noon, and then sell the cookies every day at 13. Bro.
That's a grind. That's
a grind. But it was purpose behind it because, like, I wanted to make sure that everybody had a freshly baked cookie when I sold it to them. Yeah. So when they touched it, when they bit into it, they're like, that's a good cookie.
It's not like, because you're in an airport, you want a cookie from the airport, it's going to be it might be hard. You know, you never know what you're going to get. Or you got to go to, I don't know if they had them back then, but now you go to Starbucks or something, and, you know, it's already overpriced because it's the airport, and it's overpriced because it's Starbucks.
My cookies was $1, bro.
$1 and it was fresh. People who was on the plane, off the plane, they knew who to come to get a cookie. They knew who to come to. Yeah. So back to like your brand was starting out the tie clips. You might not have, was it, or even coming into where you were selling ties on campus, was your vision to kind of expand it into a bigger brand?
Nah, bro. A lot of my life, like, I feel like I'm a natural person, so in my head, especially, I kind of give credit to like the law of manifestation and the law of attraction. So like in my head, I knew that one day, that every day that I woke up, I was gonna wear my own clothes, right? But I never said I want a clothing brand.
Yeah,
like that wasn't like I wasn't saying year 1 I'm gonna have tie clips, year 5 I'm gonna have clothes. Like it was just always in the back of my head. So when the opportunity came to just start selling clothes, I was like, I'm tired of feeling scared. I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, it was just kind of
I just
jump off the porch,
jumped off the porch,
see what I can do.
Yo, jumped off the porch and didn't look back, bro.
Yeah. So when did you begin your brand Styles by Myles?
You know what's actually funny, bro? It's not. It's kind of sad, but it's not sad for real. Styles by Myles, the idea of Styles by Myles started my sophomore year of college. Mm-hmm. So that would be 2017. Okay. It's 2020.
It is 2020.
3 years. I've had the idea of Styles by Myles. And what's crazy is even back then, I had the idea of using roses. But anyway, Styles by Myles, bro, was a way for me to get some bread to get into this apartment. Because, you know, back then, if you was a sophomore, you had to live on campus.
Yeah.
But I was trying to finesse the system and move off campus.
Yeah.
So it was this pitch competition, and you win $1,000 for winning the pitch. So Styles by Miles was the business I wanted to go pitch for.
Yeah.
And so that's when I had the idea. I got the LLC for Styles by Miles in 2018, and then I finally did something with Styles by Miles in 2020.
Okay. What was the process like? Because I'm sure me, like a lot of people watching or listening, don't have an LLC. So what was the process behind getting that?
The LLC?
Yeah.
Bro, it was so easy, bro.
Yeah.
I literally went. So I'm from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So simple, bro. $50. Type in your name, your address, where you ever want your business address to be, your social security number, pay the $50, and they send it to you in a week.
That's crazy here, because you feel like starting a business, that would be something that takes this long process. You got to go in, mail something in. You need background checks. Somebody got to hear what you're trying to do. You feel like it would be a lot, but just hearing that is simple as that.
Quick. Or you could pay $100 and get it the next day.
So how long did it take you for the $50 one?
It was probably like a week and a half for real.
Okay.
I mean, I just say a week because like I forgot for real,
Yeah.
but like it wasn't past a week and a half.
And you said they'll mail it. What is it that they?
So really, it was so you could choose for them to mail it to you or email. I didn't want to lose my stuff, so I told them to email me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I could just look it back up. But yeah.
So is it like? Excuse me. Is it like a confirmation thing, like a certificate? Okay.
The whole little certificate in your email, like whole shebang, bro.
Print it out, hang it up on the fridge.
Yeah, like
Get it framed. It's like
easy.
the first. Like some people, like I know, I've heard of like athletes saying their first check, they get it framed.
Yeah.
Mess around, just frame your first LLC, just put it up there.
Boom, yeah.
You got it. So, like you said, the idea came about in college. Do you think that being in college has even advertising and general business, what you're studying, you feel like that has benefited you in a bunch of different ways, or how do you feel like being in college has benefited your growth even in the business so far?
Shoot, man. I feel like it definitely has benefited my growth a lot. I really didn't believe in myself. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I didn't believe in myself as far as like selling clothes for real at first. Cause I'm like, I'm a dress up type of dude, but like everybody around me don't dress up. So I feel like I'm talking to myself, or like I'm in my own little world, which I didn't care about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like I'm just like I just think differently. Nothing against nobody. I just, if somebody don't want to dress up, that's not what they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to play football. Somebody do. You feel me? I'm an alien in that world. I don't play football, bro. I'm good. But I feel like college helped me realize like people want to support you. You know what I'm saying? And receiving a lot of support in college, and then asking for that support. Like most of my team members are in college. If not this college, another college.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like all this time I felt like people have been waiting for me to be a leader. And like it took me years to realize that and accept that. And then it was a whole nother level to embrace that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like college helped me in that leadership role a lot.
Yeah. Do you feel like, because I feel like a lot of people get to college, they take classes, and they think, how are these classes going to benefit me in what I want to do? You feel like you've taken some classes or learned some things throughout the education part of college that you've put into action? You kind of seen like, okay, we were talking about this, and now I see it. Now I see how it works.
Like no cap, bro. Some of my classes, actually a couple of my classes, like even my German class, bro, has helped me. You probably like, bro, like, how is German helping you?
No,
or whoever listening probably like, German class, like how is that helping you? So I'm in this German culture class, right? Mm-hmm. And so what I learned that what Germans did was back in the day, they used theater to get people hip to a new way of living. So back then, let's say they were doing, I think it was like a huge dictatorship basically in Germany. Like this is before the Nazis.
Okay.
So they use theater to teach the people democracy. So, excuse me. So you know how everybody like watch movies nowadays, and you know how you get emotionally tied to a movie. Like that's how theater was in German culture. So people get emotionally tied to theater. So they watching how people would act in a democratic state. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was sitting down in class and I'm like, bro, Zoom. And I was sitting there like, that's crazy. And another thing, if you apply that same knowledge, I heard Warren Buffett say, success doesn't have a year on it. Right?
Yeah.
So if that'll work in 1852, 22, whenever, then it'll work in 2020. Now. So if I want people to get hip to dressing up, instead of me trying to force people to dress up, then my videos, my content has to reflect that type of imagery.
Yeah.
And then people will naturally get to that.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
I hear that. That's interesting. That's something that you hear German culture, German history, you automatically go to just Nazi Germany, World War. You don't think about anything prior to that. And hearing that, like, that they were using theater to captivate people's minds and make them think different.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you always think that the things you see now are what is kind of new, but these ideas have been in circulation forever. And even going to dressing up, wanting people to dress up. I feel like you selling ties, especially on a college campus, because not everyone who comes here is going to have a tie. Not everyone's going to have dress socks. So, and they might not know where to get dress socks from. So you walking around, and you were everywhere. Like you could walk around BG, sit down in the Union, walk in front of some random hall. You'll see Miles just walking around with his briefcase. You could literally stop him, and you know what he's doing. Like you know what's there. You know, and you know he wouldn't turn you down. Like he'll always be there to help somebody out. So I definitely think selling ties on a college campus is like
different.
Yeah. It's a great idea, and it's an idea that people wouldn't really think about.
Exactly.
Really.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know everybody else that's gonna come here is gonna sell a T-shirt.
Yeah.
So why
sell
even
T-shirts, hoodies?
I don't have to compete.
Yeah. And now he is selling T-shirts and tracksuits and Deweys and hats.
Yeah.
I want to get two things. I'll start off with the first one. What are some of the challenges you feel like you faced just overall growing your brand, production, anything like that?
Number one challenge is mostly mental challenges, but I would definitely say like having a team was one of my challenges before. Now one of my challenges is organizing my team. Like I have them there, but like actually make sure that everybody has a plan and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
To minimize any like error or any like confusion. Like that's a challenge.
Yeah.
So like before it wasn't like I don't need nobody, but it was more like if I don't do it, it's not gonna be done right.
I definitely
you know what I'm saying? That. Like I feel like that's a lot of people, they think like when they get a business or they just doing anything that they really care about, they don't want nobody else to touch it because they like, bro, somebody's gonna mess it up.
You don't want somebody to mess it up.
And then I'm gonna have to redo it. I'm gonna be mad. I might as well just do it myself, right? But when you have people around you that's like not even as dedicated to the business, but just dedicated people that's like willing to work, it don't matter. Now you need to work more and work harder to make sure that they understand what they need to do so they can execute how they gonna execute.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of one example, just a guy who does animations on YouTube. Like it's a long process making a whole animation, and he built it up by himself. But now he's at the point to where, okay, I can hire people, but it's to the point where you gotta trust the people and understand that, okay, as long as they're here, trust them to do what they're gonna do, and the production is you're gonna see so many benefits to it other than you would have just trying to put it all on yourself and do it all on yourself. Because for some things, the saying, if you want it done right, do it yourself. Some things that does work, but at a certain point, you do have to trust other people. And how do you feel like you've grown that trust, or how do you feel like you've gotten to the point where, okay, I'll show these people, trust these people that they're going to do what they need to do and do it?
It came in my mind, bro, one day, and it was like, you can go fast alone, or you can go further together. Mm-hmm. And I said, if I want to be a global brand, then I need to go far. I don't need to go fast. I need to go far. Yeah. And then on top of that, like that whole thing of me saying embracing leadership, it was like, what are you scared of? At least try. You know? Yeah. Like, you haven't even tried to be a leader. Like full-fledged, where you know, like, I know deep down inside what I'm capable of doing. But I haven't even tried to tap into being a leader like that for whatever reason. Because I feel like I wasn't all the way together with Styles by Miles, or, you know, I don't want people thinking, or whatever, bro. So I said to myself, if you don't try, you ain't never gonna know. Yeah. I don't care what I do. I stepped back, took a shot. You know what I'm saying? 100%. And I just put a post out and was like, looking for Styles by Miles, looking for help. That same day, bro, I literally had like 9 or 10 people. First, I've never reposted it because I don't want to know who else is gonna be like, bro, let me help. Like, you know, like, I'm cool. Like, I got my team. I don't need to be throwing out like extra bread. Yeah. But it was just crazy. Like, I was surprised at like how many people just was like, let me help.
Yeah, I feel like when people see something especially when they see somebody who they know is driven and who's motivated on their own, and they see what they're doing, and they believe in what they're doing, they're going to be willing to help and do anything they can. And I feel like sometimes they don't need the incentive of money. They just seeing you get to where they know you can get to and helping on that path. I feel like that's sometimes all the incentive somebody needs, especially that first time you say, I need some help. People, first one to say, I got you. You might do it next time. I'm not saying the people who want to help now aren't going to be as driven as the other people, but it might be to where they're like, okay, I see it's bigger than it was before. So now they see, okay, he can grow. When you say you needed some help, it might have been, okay, he's not there yet, but I know he can get there. Right. To where he wants to go. So pivoting from challenges, what are some of the things that you really enjoy about the business, running your own business?
Man, I'm gonna just say team every time, bro. I love having a team. I actually enjoy designing clothes now, for real. Yeah. At first I ain't like it because I'm just like, I would really hate to be like everybody else, and I still hate being like everybody else. It's like highly irritating because everybody's selling the jumpsuit, everybody's selling the t-shirt, and I just know I'm not them, bro. So it's like low-key irritating. Yeah. But at the same time, my bigger vision is somewhere else. So I can't like let that emotion in my mind get in the way of me receiving the funds I need to receive to get to where I need to get to. You see what I'm saying? So I would say, like I said, having a team and designing clothes, like it's fun. Like my friend, she designed this for me. Oh, got the Styles by Miles here, and then on the pants, I put the logo sideways going up. Yeah. You feel me? And like even from when I was a kid baking cookies, everything had a purpose. So like this is going up, cause you know usually they be like sideways or going down, cause like we naturally read downwards. Yeah. But I'm like, if it's up, then it's stuck. So I pointed it up. You feel me?
No, I hear that.
I just, you know, it's like the simple things in the design that I like little stuff like that. So if somebody asks me, like, bro, why is the SBM?
Oh, you got it right there. Why it's pointing up? Yeah.
Because if it's up,
you got something behind it. It's not just, I just thought it looked cool there. Yeah, you got something behind it. And I feel like you shouldn't feel like some type of way about designing T-shirts and jumpsuits? Because, like you said earlier, you made it. Why wear someone else's clothes when you can make your own? So you wearing your own jumpsuits, T-shirts, pants, do-rags. Is like, I feel like it's a different level of pride and that comes with that.
It is, bro.
And
it is actually
something that, like, building your own thing. Like, it's kind of like, yeah, I can go to the store or I can go to the restaurant and buy this, but I got the stuff to cook it at home.
The crib. Yeah.
So knowing that I can just cook it at home and look at it. I can take a picture and put it on Instagram like, I did that. I don't care what everybody else thinks, but I did that. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. You're real team oriented in your business. Where do you think that you feel like that's something that just kind of developed, or you feel like that's something that you kind of
it definitely developed. Like I said, I've been in multiple leadership roles before. So when I was in high school, bro, I was actually class president. And so I just knew, like, in my mind, like, I was going to win. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But, like, even then when I was class president, I wasn't, like, we didn't really have too many meetings. I was just having so much fun being president. Like, I was just lit. Like, it was just it was a good time.
What was the campaign like, running for class president?
You know what? I finessed it. Yeah. So mind you, bro, okay, it's senior year of high school. I'm just dressing up every day. Mm-hmm. Elections is in October. I ain't know that. But, like, they was talking about it in September. And then, like, early September. So anyway, bro, every day I used to go to this, like, program for insurance. So I would be gone in the first half of the day, and I would come in third hour, like middle of third hour.
Yeah.
Right? So I go in the third hour, bro, and this girl, her name is LaJazzinay. Bro, she was in student government for 4 years at this point.
Yeah.
And so she's like, Miles, I'm about to run for student president. I'm like, you know what? I'll be your VP. Like, I know, like, if I'm your VP, you gonna win.
You gonna win, yeah.
So then she was like, because at that point it was like 3 weeks in, and I was like dressing up every day, and everybody, you know, they just knew me. And so just being like on a team, well, my campaign, what happened was I was talking to my friend Malia. I'm like, yeah, Malia, I'm about to be LaJazzinay's VP. She looked at me and was like, what? She's like, Miles, you should just run for president. And I started smiling. I'm like, you really think I should do that, bro? I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of like skep, bro. Like, I told her I was gonna be her VP. She was like, Miles, nobody like, come on, bro. Like, just go ahead.
Yeah. Cause like, you know, you're gonna win being the vice president. You might as well turn it up, but not be the president.
Yeah. No shade to nobody. It's just, you know, this is what the story was. So, I'm like, you know what? All right. So then, I forgot what I did, but some way, somehow, I was like, said I was going to run for president, right? Campaign, boom. So every day I would come, so when the LaJazzinay found out, every day I would come in from like third hour, bro, she would sit there, like I'm sitting here like this, she either sit right here or like right here and just drill me for the next 30 minutes about how I didn't deserve to be president and how I wasn't going to win, bro. I swear every day, bro. It'd be like, Miles, you don't know what you're doing, you don't deserve it. Yeah. Like, why would you do this? I've been in student government for the past 4 years. Like you just, I don't understand, like, why you're trying to do this to me. And I was just like,
I'm not trying to do it to you.
I'm literally just trying to believe in myself, bro. And you taking it personal, like,
yeah.
I mean, I feel it though. I mean, yeah, because I was in the org for a lot of times. Somebody just came, swooped in, like,
just grabbed it.
But she was running by herself, so I'm like, why can't you be, you feel me, competed?
Yeah, if you have a little competitive spirit, I feel like that would have brought a lot of good out of her. Even if she didn't end up winning, she was like, okay, I know I'm behind the 8 ball, so this speech I give got to be heat.
Fire.
This speech I give, I got to get everybody riled up. Yo. I got to get the people riled up. Because I remember in my high school, like, we knew from freshman year who was going to be our class president by the time we were seniors. Like he just carried. He talked like a president. He kind of moved like a president, and he was cool. He wasn't like stuck up or anything. But when it came time to like do the speeches and elections and stuff, everybody knew. So whenever he would go up, we'd be all hyped.
Yeah, like
everybody be cheering. And it was like somebody else coming for. I'm running for school president. Like, I mean, why? We just be like,
yeah,
for what? But aside from clothes, dressing up, what other things are you interested in? What else is behind the curtain of Myles Johnson?
I really didn't end up liking politics after that. So what like low key happened after she tried to dog me, right? I won class president, but this is what I did. I baked cookies when I was 13. I gave all the seniors freshly baked cookies like the week of elections.
Yeah,
you feel me? And then I gave all like the freshmen and sophomores like candy because I'm like, bro, I'm not finna bake.
Yeah, y'all don't need it.
Nah, come on, y'all finna get this candy and we finna keep it pushing.
Y'all just need to remember that I gave y'all something.
Yeah, you know, like
y'all fresh in here. Y'all just take this Hershey Kiss and vote for me. That's all you got.
You know what I'm saying? But so that whole experience, bro, was like, it was interesting because like I started giving speeches like left and right, bro, like out of nowhere, bro, senior year. So, like, I like being, like, a speaker, for real. And when I was in 4th grade, I started writing poetry. So, like, I like doing doing spoken word. Mm-hmm. And I actually didn't start doing that till I came to college. I did my first performance. I don't know why, but it, like, felt, like, supernatural, bro. Like, not, like, on some freaky stuff, but, like, it just felt like I had been there before. And I was, like, low-key confused. Because, like, after I thought back on it, prior to college, I've never performed poetry on stage. I just wrote poetry. So, yeah, I'm a poet, bro. I used to cut hair. What else did I do? I do a lot, bro. I do, like, a lot of random stuff. I'm an herbalist, low-key. I'll be like, going outside. Like, if we go outside, I could show you, like, a couple different plants that you could eat. Like, you know, clovers and stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if I could point one out, but
I could show you, bro. Like, they're actually healthy for you, bro. Like, I done ate one off the ground before.
For real?
Yeah, I be into stuff like that.
Like, well, when you ate it, when you saw it, were you just like, were you looking for it? You was like, I could eat that.
No. No. So, my dad, he's like real into like being healthy, and you know, he into a lot of like natural stuff. So he like more supernatural than me. So when I was in Atlanta, he like, yeah, man, I've been doing my research about natural herbs. I'm like, all right, Pop, like, you know, because he always got something new.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, Pop, like, what's up? He like, yeah, man, look at these clovers, plantain, and dandelions. He breaking them all down to like common herbs that we always see, that we think is just like whatever, you just step on them. Mm-hmm. Like they're actually healthy for you. So he like, yeah, taste this clover. Don't it taste like grape skin? And like I ate it, and I was like I kind of like, I was like, it kind of do. Like, you know, like,
I mean, I guess it's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And then we ate some daisies. We ate some dandelion. And then after doing like my own research, like I found out like, you ever like picked a dandelion mm-hmm. and like the white stuff come out? Mm-hmm. That like little puss or whatever is not puss. It's like really good. It's rich in vitamin A. Mm. It's good. It's really bitter though. That's what makes dandelion bitter. But like, so then I did my own further research. There's this dude named Sergey Butenko, and he used to have diabetes or whatever, bro. But like as a kid, his mom took him on a hike, and they was eating a whole bunch of wild edibles, and she cured her weight. She had like terrible weight. She lost all her weight eating wild edibles, and he like lost the diabetes and everything. So I was crazy. Like, this is like. You know what I instantly thought of, bro, was Dr. Sebi. Yeah. And I'm like, it's white people. So I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, just off some like stuff that's outside. So then I just started like the whole summer I was just like looking at all different plants. Like, bro, what can I eat out here, bro? It's like anytime I see a daisy or sometimes, yeah, I eat clovers. Like in the summertime, like I'll pick a clover. You know clover flowers? You ever been like, you see them, like, it's like little white flowers, like they be in the grass in the summertime.
Like, I'm sure if I saw one, I'll be like, okay, yeah,
but like, I eat those. And they actually taste good. It tastes like cucumbers.
I don't even know if I'm not gonna say I don't like cucumbers. I probably wouldn't mind a cucumber, but I stay.
It's an experience. And then, like, in that whole process this summer, bro, I found a cactus in BG, bro.
For real?
A cactus, bro, at this park. Dang, I forgot the name of that park. But yeah.
You ever seen a cactus like
a big one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but these was low to the ground in the bushes, and like I had just like stepped through, and I'm like, is that a cactus?
Yeah.
In Ohio? I'm like, what is going on here? I was so confused, bro. And then one day I went out there picking them, right? Me not knowing nothing, I was trying to eat it for real. It's slimy, bro.
Like the inside or
slimy? I'm sitting there chewing on that boy for a minute. I tried to like swallow. It was just like weird. I'm like, no, I can't do this. But I had like the prickles. It's like these little prickles that come off, and it was like on my shirt, and I was getting stung by the pricks.
Yeah.
For like 2 days, bro.
So
yeah, I'm in the morning.
Look at that. You learning something. I'm learning something. I didn't learn. I thought this was just gonna be the brand, business. I'm learning about stuff I could walk outside and eat. Now, what I wanted to go through one thing and then get out of here is one post I saw on your Instagram that kind of caught my attention. And there's a picture of you, nothing too crazy, and the quote on it was, "Visualize what you can't see."
I'm actually glad that you took note of that, bro, because I feel like that went over a lot of people's heads, and I was low-key like, dang, like, I'm sick that just went over everybody's head, but it's cool. I feel like it was a fire quote.
No, definitely.
Okay. You want me to explain?
Yeah, go into it a little bit. For people whose heads it went over, go ahead and get into it.
A lot of my life, bro, I felt like, especially with the whole manifestation thing, it's like it's a lot of things in my life that I couldn't actually see, so I had to visualize it in my mind, right? So when I was reading this book in the summer right before senior year in high school, I just remember I was reading a book, and I don't know how I related, but I used to like visualize in my mind walking into a room and like literally my body glowing, like my aura glowing. I would visualize that before it happened.
Yeah.
So then I'm going into high school, I'm going to college, and people like, you light up the room. But I visualized it before I actually seen it in real life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I visualized in my head one day I'm going to wear my own clothes. I visualized in my own head wearing a tie clip. I didn't know what it was going to say, but I knew I was going to have my own tie clip on. So it was like, visualize what you can't actually see physically, so it can come true.
I hear that. We're going to end it on those motivational words. It's been episode 10, I believe, Life of Lik, the podcast. Be sure to go ahead, follow my boy Miles. Stuff will be in the description.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, go over there. Shop with him if you need. So if you need a hat, Dewey, jacket, shirt, whatever you need, go ahead and cop from him. Like I said, it's been episode 10. Before we get out of here, as I always do, when my guests pick the outro song. So if it's any song you've been listening to, been stuck in your head, or you think it's just
Go ahead, spin that Dirty Diana, or Diana by Pop Smoke, man.
Diana by Pop Smoke. All right, it's been real. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, leave a like, comment, share the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that. If you're listening on iTunes, rate this podcast 5 stars. Go ahead, leave a comment, leave a review, and we out of here. Y'all be easy.
Got your bitch on the ropes, what you know about it?
Do say drive the boat, what you know about it?
Flew me out to the coast, what you know about it?
Broken heart, face tap, what you know about it? 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 What you